Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Pachycephalosaurus. Now, something I want to apologize for before getting into this. In my previous videos, so in case you haven't been, keeping track lately I've been reviewing the Jurassic World Legacy Collection, and a lot of things I reviewed, so far, I said that they were still in stores. That's not the case. As of me recording this, I actually went to Target's website and I found out that these aren't available anymore. So if you do want these figures, then unfortunately your best option is to be either Amazon or eBay. Probably eBay, because Amazon's a little weird sometimes, but yeah, no, I feel like eBay is your best option. I have seen some good prices, like $15, which is what these figures originally retailed for, but do be careful, because there definitely are some scalpers out there, so yeah, definitely be careful of that. And I already made a video apologizing for this, but I thought I'd just say it at the beginning of this video, because those videos I, recorded already, they're already done. I'm just recording this, so yeah. But anyway, with all that out of the way, let's just get into this. Starting off with the paint, and the painting on this figure is actually very nice. So, as you can see, the paint scheme is based off of the Pachycephalosaurus from the Lost World Jurassic Park, which looks very nice. We have the traditional sandy sort of color going throughout the body, with some blue patterns going through the body, which looks very nice, and even on the head right here. And speaking of the head, the eyes, if my camera can focus, are painted yellow with black pupils, and the dome skull is painted like sort of like a beige color, but it's airbrushed, which looks very nice. And the undershot of the figure has the same airbrushing paint. We have the scan code right here, so if you want to scan now, go ahead. And the new Jurassic World logo. And that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. It would have been nice if the toenails and fingernails were painted, and it would have been even nicer if the beak was painted, but all things considered, I think the painting on this figure is very nice. So the painting on this figure definitely gets a pass. Now take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure is not great. When I say not great, it's not awful, but compared to the other figures we've gotten in the line, it could have been a little better. So first of all, we have a ball joint in the head right here, which is very nice. Can't really look up that much, but it can definitely look down. The arms are on the same joint as we've seen before. They can move 360 and move outwards like so. The legs are weird. They can only move in one direction. Well, each leg at least. This leg right here can move forward about that much, but this leg moves backwards that much. And not vice versa, so not a lot of movement in the legs, if I'm going to be honest. And if we push down the tail here, then we do get some ramming action, which actually does look very nice. A little weird at first, and we've gotten things similar to this in the past, but to be honest, it still looks nice. A little weird, but nice. So, yeah. And that is pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. And the articulation on this figure, considering what we've gotten before, it could have been slightly better, but it's still not bad. So the articulation here, I'd say gets a pass and a half. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure is very nice and almost perfect. There's just a couple minor things that I would have changed. First of all, I feel like the arms, like at the shoulders, I feel like they look a little weird. I get why, so they could have that movement, but unless you kind of had it like that, but that doesn't really look good either, so yeah. I guess the biggest problem with the sculpting here is the fact that this figure is not, it's not neutral. It's more in this aggressive pose, which is unfortunately something that affects a lot of the Jurassic World figures. At least actually no, even, a lot of the dinosaur figures, unfortunately. There are some that are neutrally posed, but for the most part, a lot of them are just kind of posed like this, which is honestly kind of a shame. If this figure was more like this, that'd actually look a lot better. In fact, looking at it right now, that looks like a way better figure, but unfortunately, we do kind of get this, which is kind of a problem, so yeah. If I were to make this figure, I would have probably made it something like this, and I would have straightened out the tail, but yeah. Other than that, you know, the sculpting on this figure is still very nice and very reminiscent to the Pachycephalosaurus from the Lost World, which, again, looks very nice. So, despite the legs and the weird-looking shoulders, I'd say that the sculpting on this figure gets a pass. Now take a look at the detailing, and the detailing, again, looks good. So we have some very nice detailing in the head right here. All of the scales and all of the bumps and cracks and creases here look very nice, very well defined. And yeah, that looks very nice. And we get the same detailing going down, which looks nice, and we do have a bit of musculature here at the neck. And we get some more creasing, more scales that look very nice. Everything here is very nicely defined. And the feet here are very nice. All the scales here are actually very well defined, which looks incredible. And same with the arms. They look very nicely defined as well. And yes, that is accurate. Pachycephalosaurus did indeed have 5 fingers. It looks weird, not gonna lie. In fact, when I first, found this out, at first I thought they had 3, but they have 5. At first I was a little weirded out by that, but I kind of got used to it. But yeah, anyway, that's just a little bit of a tangent on my end. More creasing going down the tail, which looks very nice, and some more musculature. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. The detailing on this figure, pretty good. There are some minor spots where, it looks a little fuzzy, but the rest of the detailing here, it looks very nicely defined, and yeah, it looks great. So at the end of the day, should you get this? It's not a great figure by any means, but if you're a big fan of the Lost World Jurassic Park, or if you're a fan of the original trilogy, or just a fan of Jurassic Park in general, then I'd say that these figures are, definitely for you. I will say, again, the pose it's in, I'm not really a big fan of. I would have, done something more along the lines of this, but the sculpting here is still nice, and this is still a very nice figure. In terms of prices, I believe this figure originally retailed for, I believe, about 10 or 15 bucks, which is honestly not bad. And you still can't get this figure for that price on eBay, but you do kind of have to look around a little, because I've seen 20 to 25 bucks and even 30 bucks, which is honestly kind of insane. So, yeah. So, get this figure if you can find it for a good price, but if you want to know how big it is, here it is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And Dr. Billy Grant is actually in scale with the human figures in the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toy line. And, with the Legacy line and all of that. And the Pachycephalosaurus, not gonna lie, a little too big, but still looks nice nonetheless. So, yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zach out.